school in Hawaii, so our place-based learning needs to be based in Hawaii, and specifically the culture, the traditions, the natural environment, and that last one tends to be our highest priority because we're the school for examining essential questions of sustainability, right? So the natural environment in the place where we are.
Our group for our class, we are known as Ho'olu'aina, which means to sprout and cultivate the land. So the idea is to really help the students develop an ownership for the place, but also sustain our community with food and learn practices that help them grow in urban and rural environments as well.
Right now we are currently doing some garden work with our own garden beds that we were assigned to. We do things like tilling, watering, tending to the worm bin, and composting, just to learn how to care for life and to follow with our essential question, which is how can we grow plants to sustain our community and perpetuate the Hawaiian culture. This is uwala, sweet potato, our kalo, which we bought, but it is currently growing very well. And then we have gardenia, a mild Hawaiian pepper, our 2 tea leaves, a hibiscus plant, and that's it.
Overarching themes for the class is we are sprouting and cultivating different garden beds of different varieties. So some of the students may be working with native Hawaiian plants exclusively, others more medicinal, and then there's also fruits, herbs, vegetable groups, teaching them all the different sustainable practices that we can and helping them really develop tools for becoming urban or just regular gardeners, you know?
Before this, I didn't really know what to do in a garden. Like, I had no idea where to start. So I guess I kind of learned what it's like to be self-sustainable and to be able to grow your own food, like actually learning the process, learning about worms, which are a huge factor in that, and learning about like how to care for life, like how to be how we used to be. There's definitely a lot of responsibility that comes with it. You have to check on it daily, you have to make sure it has all the nutrients it needs, but it's a really interesting process and it's really fun once you get to do it. Like you get to pay attention and really like be in tune with it. Like I never used to notice any of the things that go on the garden beds, but now I can really take the time to observe what's going on and I can learn about it and gain new information.
It's a great mix of different students that have different potentials in the garden. Currently, I think 3 or 4 of them have some good garden experience, so we've kind of broken them up into leadership roles for each of the garden beds. And it really helps out because you can kind of scaffold the learning. Another way we scaffold the learning though is through the students working on a garden guide. This garden guide, our Seek Garden Guide as we're calling it, is an opportunity for future students to get experience and exposure to the different learning that we're doing in the garden.
This is our cotton plant. Me and my teammate Alani, we have a native garden bed, so this is actually native Hawaiian cotton plant. And we had some harvest today, so we had like 3 little pods, and then we're collecting seeds for our exhibition. What you want to do is you want to like separate the cotton from the seeds. Then you can have the cotton seed to plant, and you can just have the cotton. At the end of our EQS semester, we have exhibitions, which is when you present all the work you've done. So our plan was to save the seeds and give them out to everyone who comes to our exhibition because cotton is a very easy plant to start to grow.
Our students all know native species, invasive species. They can identify lots of plants and animals and things like that, but that's part of place, is knowing where you are and what's important and special about the place where you are, and that your curriculum is set in that place. Sure, there's a broader context, but in middle school in particular, what matters, it matters where you are, what you're doing, because I think that's part of what helps middle schoolers know that they matter because they're a part of the place where they live and that they're a part of. And so that's what place-based learning means here